Okay, we're doing worksheet number 12.
Uh-huh.
Everybody has worksheet number 12.
Yeah.
And I need your participation in these problems, all right? So let's get started. Question number 1. Maureen, read that one and tell me how you solved it.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. Bring up the worksheet. There, can everybody see that? Worksheet number 12. Michelle, do you see it?
No, I don't. Hold on. It says continues.
Do you see
Okay.
worksheet number 12 on the screen? Vanessa, do you see it?
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Michelle, you don't see it? TASC Math Algebra worksheet number 12.
Yes.
You see it? Okay, Maureen, you see it, right? Maureen? Maureen is connecting. Maureen? I think she's connecting. Somebody has some background noise.
I'm turning off the tally.
Okay, thank you. Maureen? Okay, while she's connecting, Vanessa, read number 1 and tell me how you would solve it.
Let me see. What is that?
Eleanor?
Elmore bought 5 pints of frozen yogurt and a tray of jumbo shrimp from the food place for a total of $45.
Yeah, then put it back in the
If the
drawer.
price of a tray
Maureen,
of jumbo
background,
shrimp,
excuse me a minute. Maureen, please, background noise.
Okay, Miss Barbara.
Okay, start over, Vanessa, sorry.
okay, Elmo bought 5 pints of frozen yogurt and a tray of jumbo shrimp from the food place for a total of $45. If the price of a tray of jumbo shrimp is $25, what is the price of a pint of frozen yogurt?
So Vanessa, what would you do first?
First thing, because since you know how much the shrimp costs, therefore you would minus 45 from 25.
Well, the opposite, 25 from 45.
Yeah, 25 from 45.
Excuse me, where's that background noise? Is that you, Michelle?
No, ma'am. No, no. Miss
Maureen,
Barbara.
is that you?
No.
There's some background noise coming from somebody, sound like flushing water or something.
No, I got no water. I in the bedroom.
Okay, all right, so Vanessa said subtract 25 from 45. So that's 45 minus $25. And that gives you what, Vanessa? How much?
$15.
25 from, you get $15? Okay.
15, let me see.
25,
25 and 10.
no, is how much?
35 and 10 for $20.
$20, right. So, you know, if the shrimp cost 25 and the total was 45, then what is left is $20 spent for
the frozen yogurt.
That's right, for the frozen yogurt. And that
so
was
you
how much?
Divide.
Okay, what do?
You divide 5 by 20 and you got $4 each.
You mean 20 by 5?
Yes.
5 pounds, 5 pints of yogurt.
Yes.
And you're absolutely right, Vanessa. You take
that
the
was
$20.
just mental maths. You know, I didn't do this work, right?
I know that's okay, but I know you're good at mental math. So $20 divided by 5, that's 5 pints, right? And that will give you what? $4.
$4.
And what does that $4 represent, Vanessa?
The frozen, a pint.
Yes, that's right.
Yogurt.
That's right. The $4 represent the cost of a pint of
Frozen
yogurt? Okay. Any questions, Michelle?
No,
Do you understand how that was solved?
yeah, because you had to subtract 45 from 25,
No,
leaving,
no,
I
you had
think,
to subtract. You're
20.
saying it reverse now, Michelle. This is 25 from 45.
That's, yeah, that's 20. And the pints is 5,
Mhm.
and then the cost is $4.
The $4 represent what?
The $4 represent the pint of yogurt.
A cost for a pint of yogurt. Okay, so that's the way you solve it, because you know what was Eleanor spent a total $45. She only bought two things. She bought shrimp and she bought yogurt. So if you know the cost of the shrimp, and like Vanessa said, subtract that from 45, that gives you what she spent for the yogurt is $20. But what were you supposed to find? What is the price of a pint of frozen yogurt? You always look at what you're trying to find, right? So
Yes.
you got the cost for $20 for the yogurt, and that represents 5 pints. So Vanessa said divide 5 into 20, you get $4, the cost of a pint of yogurt.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now let's go to number 2. All right, number 2, Maureen. Read that and tell me how you solved it.
Okay, a honey bee pot, the price for honey is $2.50 with a minimum purchase of 20 pounds. If Bobby paid $80 for some honey, by how many pounds did Bobby purchase exceed the minimum? What I did, first I do multiply 32. The how do I do my multiply 32 by 250? I get $80. And then the 32 that I multiplied by, she had only used 20, because only had about like 20 pounds. So she exceeded by buying 12 extra pounds. That's how I get the 32.
So where did you get the 32 from, Maureen? You just pulled that out of the air?
No,
Where did you get the 32?
I put, let me see how I do it there.
Well, let me ask you.
I multiply 32, right? By 250. I get the $80.
Where did you get the 32 from?
I don't know.
No,
That-
where would
that
she get the 32 from, Vanessa? Maureen is just pulling things out of the air. Where did you get the 32 from?
Because I wanted that, I said Bobby paid $80, right?
Okay, let me ask you, what does the 250 represent?
The price of the honey.
For what? How much?
The bulk price.
So that represents what quantity? The cost for 1 pound.
Uh-huh.
That's the 250. The
Yeah.
cost for 1 pound.
It's 250, yeah.
Okay, so if she paid $80 for the honey, how would you find the number of pounds she bought?
You say 80 times 250.
No,
So that means you divide 80 by 250.
80 divided by 250, Michelle.
Oh,
80 divided by 250.
but, oh, I didn't do mine like that. I said, well, how I get the $80 is I said 32 multiplied by $2.50.
But you're not telling me where the 32 came from,
That's what I'm
Maureen.
wondering, where the 32
No,
came
the
from.
$80 divided by 250 gives you the number of pounds, 32.
Yeah, but I didn't. Oh, but I didn't do it. Like, they do it the other way around.
But then, but this is the logical way to do it.
Uh,
$2.50 for the cost of 1 pound, right?
I see.
Mhm.
If she spent, if Bobby spent $80, he bought 32 pounds of honey. That's 32 pounds of honey, right?
uh,
So that's where your 32 came from. It didn't come from the air. It came from taking the total Bobby spent, $80, divided by the cost per pound of honey. That meant he paid $80 for 32 pounds of honey, which came from 80 divided by 250.
uh,
All right. Now, if the minimum purchase was 20 pounds, Michelle, how do you find how many pounds he exceeded the minimum?
Well, you would say
20,
20 tons or
20 pounds equal minimum
divided equal,
purchase.
right, by 32.
No, why by 32? It says by how many pounds, look at what you're trying to find, Michelle. By how many pounds did Bobby's purchase exceed the minimum? The minimum is 20. He bought 32 pounds. So how do you find how many pounds what he purchased was more than the minimum? How would you find that?
I think I would subtract
That's right, Michelle. Excellent. What would you subtract?
20 times, I'm sorry, excuse me, 20 minus 32.
Opposite, the other way.
I'm sorry, 32 minus 20.
That's right. 32 minus 20. And what does that give you, Michelle?
Um, that would give me 8.
32
No.
minus 20, Michelle.
32.
Subtract 20 from it.
32. Let me see. 32 minus, that would be 18 or
No. 0 from 2 is what?
0 leaves 2.
And 2 from
0.
3 is what?
2 from 3 leaves 1, so that's 10.
What's 0 from 2?
0 from 2, 0 from 2. Oh, leaves 2.
Leaves 2. And then 2 from 3 is?
2 from 3 leaves, so that's 12 altogether.
That's right, 12. 32 minus 20 is 12. So how many pounds did Bobby's purchase exceed the minimum? 12 pounds.
Yeah, I get 12 pounds too, but what I did, you divide the 250 by 80. But
I mean, 80 divided by 250.
but I multiply 32 by 250, which is the $80 that Bobby paid, and then I subtract 32 from 20 from 32. That's how I do mine, the opposite direction.
But the 30, you found a number that when multiplied by 250 give 80, and you found that to be 32. But I'm saying if you divide the $80 by the 250 per pound, you get the number of pounds of honey that he bought, which is 32.
I know.
Right? $80, 250. This is 250 per pound. So $80 divided by 250 for 1 pound gives you 32 pounds of honey. That's how much Bobby purchased. He could only purchase a minimum of 20.
I know.
All right. So he exceeded his purchased by 12. That's what he purchased, 32 minus the minimum 20, exceeded it by 12 pounds. Questions on number 2?
No, I get that, but I do reverse psychology then.
That's okay, Maureen. Whichever way works for you. You found a number multiplied by 250 to give you 80, and you found that to be 32. That's okay. But I'm saying you could have also divided 80 by 250 and got 32. Both ways work. Your way is fine. Any
No.
questions on number 2?
No.
All right, let's go to number 3. Number 3. All right, Michelle, read number 3, please.
Asia did I pronounce it right?
That's right. Mhm.
Adria has saved $1,400 to buy a car. Altogether, she needs $7,000. Her plan is to save money each month for 1 year to save the rest of the money she needs. Which of the following equations could be used to determine how much money per month agent needs to save? Agent
Okay,
needs to save.
yes. So how much has she saved already?
Well, Adria already she saved $1,400.
That's right. So $1,400 saved. Okay. Now, how much does she need to save?
Well, she needs to save $7,000.
Okay, so $7,000 need to save. All right. Now, so how much more does she need? How would
Well,
you find that?
you would save 1,400 plus 1,400 minus equals minus 12M.
No. I'm just working with just these figures right here. If
Okay.
Asia has saved $1,400, she needs to save 7,000. How would you find how much additional money she needs to save?
Well,
What would-
you was okay, so that's 7,000
Okay, 7,000.
Plus 7,000 plus
No,
minus
minus.
yes
Remember,
1,400
she has 1,400. So 7,000 minus,
1,400.
that's right. 7,000 minus 1,400 would be
Okay, so
rest of the money. That's how much additional she needs to save, right?
right.
Now, she's saving that over a year. So how many months are in a year?
12.
Okay, so 12 months equal 1 year. So what would you do with the amount she needs to save in the 12 months? Because we're looking for how much money per month. All right. So how would we find this? Just tell me in figures how you would find it. What's 7,000 minus 1,400?
That's 5 that's 5,600.
That's right. Very good. 5,600, right? Now, if she's saving that over a year, what would you do with that 5,600 to find how much she needs to save per month?
You would divide
That's right. By what?
12.
By 12. That would give you what? The money per month. Money per month.
Mhm.
Asia needs to save. Now,
Mhm.
you did it with the figures. Now, look at A, B, C, D. Which one of those expressions, which is equality actually, which one of those shows 7,000 minus 1,400 divided by 12?
D.
D?
D.
D is in dog?
Yes.
If you had to move this 1400 over to the right side, what operation would you do? Idea, Michelle.
Oh, so if I have to move the 14, also I would add, I'm
You have to
sorry.
add, so that's not a subtraction, right? So
Right.
which one now shows a subtraction of 1400 from 7,000 and then divided by 12? Which one?
I was either C or B.
I don't want to either.
C.
I'm not multiple choicing you. Which
C.
one, Michelle?
C.
C, very good. It would be C. So answer,
Is C.
that's right, C. Because C, if you took this expression, subtract the 1400, you'd get 7,000 minus 1,400, 5,600. And this is a multiplication, so you would divide by 12 to get M, right? The money per month. Very good. Any questions on number 3?
No.
Answer C. Sometimes if you plug in the numbers and you look at it the way we did here, then it makes it easier to pick out the expression, right? Because Michelle said D, but actually the 1,400 would have to be added to both sides, but you want to subtract the 1,400. So that's why she changed it to C. Very good, Michelle. All right, let's go. Any questions on number 3? Okay, let's go to number 4. All right, number 4. Okay. Vanessa, read number 4. Tell me how you would solve it.
An advertising company pays their 4 employees a total of $3,000 for 1 day of work. Each of the employees are paid the same amount of money for the day. Which equation can be used to find the pay each employee receives P for the day?
So what you're looking for is the daily pay for each employee. And you know you paying 4 employees $3,000. So Vanessa, just tell me in words how you would solve how much you'd pay each employee.
Let me see.
Or you can use numbers.
An advertising company pays 4 employees.
Okay, see here you got 4 employees. That's a total of 3,000 for 1 day of work. Okay, that means 4 employees are getting $3,000, right? 4 employees paid $3,000 for 1 day. All right, 4 employees are paid $3,000 for 1 day. So how would you find how much each employee got?
So therefore, each employee is getting $3,000, right?
That's 4 employees getting a total of $3,000 for 1 day. 4 employees. So tell me with these numbers, how would you find how much 1 employee gets?
You divide 3,000 by 4.
That's it. 3,000 divided by 4. And that would be,
$750 each.
yeah, that would be $750 per 1 employee. All right. So so now you said you divide 3,000 by 4. Now, which one of these would be correct? Which expression? Where P would be 3,000 divided by 4. A, B, C, or D?
A.
Which one
A as in apple.
A,
A.
D.
what did you said A. Michelle, you said what?
D.
You said D.
He's not right.
Maureen, what did you say?
The right answer is C.
It's C,
Oh, yes,
right?
divide, yes.
4P
4D.
equal 3,000. See if you took this, right?
Excuse me, Miss Barbara, I have to go. I'll come back in.
Okay, all right. So 4P is equal to 3,000. So P is gonna be, if you divide both sides by 4, right?
Yeah.
P would be 3,000 equal 3,000
Mhm.
divided by 4, which is
Mhm.
what you have here, Vanessa.
Yeah.
So you divide both sides by 4, and the left side would be P, and the right side would be 3,000 divided by 4. So the answer
It's
would be C.
okay.
Okay, answer C. Okay. Questions on 4?
Yeah.
See, when you plug in the numbers and you see the operation, the $3,000 divided by 4, that's the total of employees. So you look at the expression where 3,000 divided by 4. Remember, you do the opposite. This is a multiplication. So to get P, you have to divide by 4. Answer C. Questions number 4. Okay, let's go to number 5. Number 5. Okay. Just put this down here. Okay, Maureen, I want you to read number 5. Tell me how you solved it.
Okay, your brother has $4,000 saved for a 10-day vacation. His airplane ticket costs $820. Which of the following inequities can be used to find the average amount of money?
Inequalities.
Inequalities can he use the average amount of money he can spend each day for his vacation on his vacation X. What I did, I put 4,000 minus 820.
Okay, let's just put that there. That's a good start. You're putting in the numbers. 4,000 minus 820. And what is that? What would that give you, Maureen? Just tell me. You don't have to tell me the number, but what does that give you?
3180.
No, I don't want the numbers.
Oh.
What does that represent?
That represent the cost of the ticket from the savings.
Yeah, but what does that represent though? That represents
The vacation.
amount of money
That he's spending on the vacation.
he can spend.
Or he can spend.
Yeah, right. Because once he pays for the ticket, this is the amount of money he can spend on his vacation, right? So that's the amount of money he can spend on his vacation, right? Now the vacation is how many days?
10 days.
All right, it's a 10-day vacation. So the amount he can spend is spread over 10 days, right? So which one of those expressions give you 4,000 minus 820 divided by 10?
B.
B, that's right. Answer B. Because answer B, you subtract the 820 from the 4,000. And then 10x, you divide by the 10. So what he can spend has to be less than or equal to that amount, right?
Yeah.
He can't spend more than what he has. So what he's limited to is the 4,000 minus the 820, and it's spread over 10 days. So it would be divided by 10. So answer B. He can't spend more than that, right?
No.
So it can't be A. He can spend less than or equal to that.
Yeah.
Questions number 5.
No.
All right, let's go to number 6. All right, number 6. Okay, Vanessa, number 6.
Okay. A truck driver traveled 275 miles in 5 hours. What was his average speed in miles per hour?
Okay, how would you solve it? This is a distance problem. Distance is rate over time. Then rate would be what? Distance over time. Distance equal rate times t. So rate would be equal to distance divided by t. Okay, let me put these as small. Okay, so what would be the answer and how did you solve it?
You have to. Okay,
You're looking for the average speed, that's a rate. So that means this formula, distance over time. So what would you put? What values would you plug in there, Vanessa?
That's over time.
What's the distance?
The distance is 275 miles.
That's right, 275 miles. What's the time?
The time is 5 hours.
5 hours, okay. So that's equal to what?
Oh, so you have to divide it.
Yes, divide 275 by 5. And what do you get?
1 month. 275 divided by 5. Okay, 55.
That's it. You get 55. And that was, I'll just put MPH, 55 miles per hour. So the answer is D, right?
Yeah.
ANSWR.
Also, when you're doing this,
Mhm.
so you do distance equal
Rate times
Rate
the time,
time.
right? And if you were finding rate, Vanessa, you divide both sides by T, right? So rate is distance divided by time. So 275, which you said was a distance, that's correct. 275 miles divided by the time, 5 hours, and you get the average speed, 55 miles per hour.
Okay, so
So 1 hour, he can go 55 miles. 5 hours, he can go 275 miles. 2 hours, how far could he travel, Maureen?
Pardon me?
2 hours, how far could this truck driver drive in 2 hours?
135
What?
in 2 hours?
Yes. What distance could the truck driver drive in 2 hours?
1375.
In 2 hours?
110.
What did you say, Vanessa?
110.
110, Maureen. You just multiply the hours times the 55 miles per hour. See, distance is rate times the time, right? And if the rate is 55 and Vanessa put the 2 times 55 is 110.
Oh, I see. Oh.
You got it?
Yeah.
What did you do to get 1375?
Oh, I have think I just divided the 275 by the 275 by the 2. That way I get that back. Yeah. But I get
Because remember, I said 2 hours. Okay. So at 55 miles per hour.
They hear the 55.
All right, but that's well, it's the same speed we have here. I said 2 hours if it would be equal to 110 miles. because distance is rate times the time, right? Rate 55 miles per hour times the time 2, and that would give you the 110 miles. All right. Okay, this is a really important formula, but it's not just for distance. You could find rate and you could also find time. If you knew rate and distance, you could find time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, since you said yes, let me give you this. Okay. At a rate of 75 miles per hour. Okay. How long would it take to go 300 miles? What's the answer, Maureen?
Okay, that's 75 divided by 300, right? 75 divided by 300 is something.
Time is distance over rate.
Yeah.
You've got the reverse.
Got to multiply?
No, you had the reverse.
Yeah. So divided.
What would you divide? See, you're looking for time, right? How long? So
Yeah.
time
So you got to divide 300 by
equal what? Distance divided by rate. And I gave you nice numbers for mental math, right? So you didn't really have to use a calculator to figure it out. Time is distance over rate. What's the answer, Vanessa?
The time is, how long?
Distance, this is mental math now.
Yeah,
Distance over rate.
Distance over rate.
So what
The
would
distance is 300 miles.
that's right. So T
That's like 4
equal
hours.
300 divided by 75. And what is that equal to?
4.
4.
4
So that's equal to 4 hours,
hours.
right?
Mental math.
I gave you numbers that you didn't have to do calculation or whatever, pencil paper. You just 4 times 75 is 300. So at a rate of 75 miles per hour, it would take 4 hours to go 300 miles. So notice distance can be used, a distance rate formula. You can find distance, you can find rate, you can find time. Any questions on the distance rate formula? Okay, let's go to the next problem, number 7. Vanessa, how would you solve number 7? This is factoring.
Oh.
Which one of these would give you this expression? Nx squared minus 11x plus 3. Let's take this and copy it. Okay. So what would be our factors?
Let me see. Let me try B.
Now the x's must multiply to give you 10x squared. The numbers must multiply to give you a plus 3. So
Yes.
look at these 4 possibilities. Which one, when you multiply the x, all the x's, like 5x times 2x, well, this should be.
Let me see.
5x times 2x should give you 10x squared, and the constants multiplied should give you a plus 3. So a plus 3 times a minus 1 gives you what?
I want a plus 3
Times a minus 1.
Oh, it gives you 2.
No, this is multiplication now.
Oh,
A plus 3 times a minus 1.
3 ones. minus 3.
Gives you a -3, right?
Yes. it
So
gives
we
you
know it
minus
can't be A because
Oh, it's
it
not
should
possible.
be a +3.
Yes.
What about B?
Let me see B.
-3 times a -1 gives you what?
A +3.
That's right. Gives you a +3. So you see this one, a -3 times a -1 gives you a +3. So we know that's correct. A 5x times a 2x give you 10x squared.
Mhm.
Now we can see the C and D are not right because a +1 times a -3 gives you a
That's
-3.
no.
And then a -3 times a +1 gives you a minus.
So
So
therefore
what's
it's B.
that's right. Answer
B.
B. That's how you can do your factoring.
Mhm.
Remember, your numbers must multiply to give you the constant, which here is a +3. So all of the other ones, A, C, and D, when you multiply the constants, you get a -3. So you can eliminate those, right? The only one give you a +3 is a -3 times a -1. Because remember, multiplication, like signs multiply to give you positive.
Yes.
Minus time minus give you plus, plus time plus give you plus. So the answer is B. Question?
Yeah, so what I had done is, Barbara,
What did you do,
I
Maureen?
had, no, I had saying, why I saying C because
And
A
B.
and C and D, right, is the same. So I think it was one of those. I never think it was D.
Which one is the same?
5x, A, C, and D is the same. But I didn't figure then it was D.
But they're not the same. This one says 5x plus 3. This says 5x plus 1. This says 5x minus 3. So the factors are different, right?
Okay.
Yeah, the factors are different. Go ahead, Maureen. What else did you do? What did you say your answer was?
I had said C.
And why did you say C?
I don't know.
Okay, but I'm just telling you the way, if once you look at this expression, you try to get a +3. So your constants must multiply to give you a +3. A
Okay.
+3 times a -1 does not give you a +3. It gives you a -3. A +1 times a -3 gives you a -3. A -3 times a +1 gives you a -3. The only one that gives you a +3 is a -3 times a -1.
Okay.
All right. So that's how you can eliminate those other ones, because you don't get a +3 as your constant when you multiply the constants.
Okay.
Okay. So that's number 7. Let's go to number 8. Okay, number 8, Vanessa. Read number 8, and I give you a couple of minutes to figure it out.
The 22 students in Miss Smith's second grade class each have a sibling or a pet. If 14 students have a sibling and 18 students have a pet, how many students have both a sibling and a pet? This is a ratio. Is ratio? This is what you call it?
No, that's not
Not a
ratio.
It's what do you call it, Miss? It's something. What do you call this? There are 22 students in all.
Okay, 22 total
right?
students, right?
Students. Okay.
And you have 14
Yeah.
students. So what does that 14 have?
You have 14, or if 14 students have a sibling, okay, 14 have a sibling and 18 students have a pet. So you have to add them all, right?
That's right.
So
Very good. Good start. 18 students have a pet.
So there's what, 32?
Yeah, that's right. So you add the
32.
18 plus 14
You get
equal
32.
32.
Two.
Now, we know that some of those students, some have a sibling, some have a pet. That
Mhm.
somebody in there has both.
Yes.
And how do we find that, Vanessa?
What do you do? Because the total is 22, you divide it.
No. The
You
total
divide-
is 22.
Yeah, the total is
When
22.
you add up the number of students with a sibling and the
Yes.
number of students with a pet, you get 32.
Two.
Now, the difference of 32 minus 22 equals what?
10.
So what does that represent?
It represents that students have both.
That's right, students with
Both.
both sibling and a pet. Yeah, that's what that represents, because you get a total bigger than your total students because you counting them twice,
Yes.
right? Because if they have a sibling and they have a pet. So that's what the difference is, the 10
Yes.
students with both a sibling and a pet. So your answer
A.
is A.
What's the name of this we did here? There's a name in math. Who saw it? I remember.
Yeah, there's a name for
There's
it.
a name to it.
Yeah,
I remember.
we
That
did
is what I
this
was saying.
before. Yeah. Because we did it with some diagrams,
Yes, we
actually.
did the
Yeah,
diagrams. We did it.
yeah. Okay, I'll make a note of that because we'll revisit that name and the diagram. Oh, Venn diagrams. That's what we did with the Venn diagram.
Yeah, we did.
And we put, yeah, because you know, with the circles, and then in the middle would be the ones that had the both.
Both, yes.
Yeah, because we did let's go to the whiteboard. I think we can let's see, new share.
Oh, this we call probability.
No,
Could it be probability?
let's see. We did it with a Venn diagram. You remember the Venn diagram? Venn.
I can remember, yeah.
Yeah, we did it with the Venn diagram. Also, I did it in probability with Miss Wise.
Yeah, you could do it with probabilities
Yeah.
too.
So that's
Okay,
what I was trying to
Venn
understand.
diagram.
Yeah.
Okay,
Venn
here
diagram.
we go.
Probability.
Where we had, okay, let's just represent this. Okay, so we had a circle here. Okay, so we had what? 10, we had 14 students here. And then we had, okay. And we had 18 here. And the one in the middle here was the 10 that had both.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's with the Venn diagram. So we had a total of 22. So 22 was the total. And 18 and 14 is 32. And the ones here overlap had both sibling and a pet. We call that a Venn diagram. All right. Okay, let's go back to what we were sharing. Okay, so that's number 8. Let's go to number 9. Now, this one you had a table and a bar graph, and 3 questions uses the table and the bar graph. So there's the bar graph and there's the table. So what you have is number of students within the range of scores.
Mhm.
These are the range of scores, and these are the number of students within that range. And it's represented on the bar graph, and the same number is represented here in the table. Okay, so the first question, Maureen, how many students in this high school failed to pass this mathematics examination? Now, a pass is 40 or greater, right? 40 or greater. Now, if you look at the table, count up the number of students that had less than 40. How would you find that, Maureen? Looking at the table. How would you find the number of students who had less than 40?
Okay, let's see.
So you get 67.
What would you add?
So you get 67.
So I add all the numbers, right?
What are the numbers?
23,
Okay, 23.
32, 32,
Okay, plus 32, plus
45,
what?
45,
Plus 45, plus what?
57,
Okay,
112.
no, less than. You wouldn't add the 112 because that's 40 or greater. So that would be passing, right? So what is that equal to?
Well, these four numbers.
Yes.
Okay.
When you add those, what's that equal to?
So that is 7, 7, 7, 17, 7, 14, 157.
One what?
This is 7, 2, 10, 17, 1, 7, 11.
What did you get for the total?
167.
167. All right. So you got 167. So let's see what answer is that. That's what?
And
Answer A. Okay. So that's answer A. I think, Maureen, you put that, the one you just told me, you put the 40 to 49. Remember, it says pass is 40 or more.
yeah.
So you don't add that next range because that's 40 to 49, right? So the answer is 167. Is that what you got, Vanessa? 167?
167. Yes, Ms. Walker.
Okay. Okay. Now, number 10, which of the following mark intervals contains the highest percentage of students who sat this examination? So let's go back to the table or the graph. So which one has the biggest number, Vanessa?
50 to 59.
50 to 59, it has 128. So when you divide the 128 by the total of all the students, you're going to get the biggest percentage. So that answer would be 50 to 59. So let's go back. And what answer is that? B.
B.
50 to 59. Okay. So answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Maureen, number 11. What is true about the median mark? Where does it fall?
Okay. The medium are for this end, the 112 and the 128.
Where does the median fall?
The medium is like 120 and 128. No, 112.
It's 112.
Yeah, 128. Call the base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 10 numbers.
No, but the median is the range. Is the midpoint. So, okay, let's go back to the table.
Right.
Okay, now the median is you don't add these numbers. You look at what was within the range. So the total when you add this all up is what? 46. What is?
466.
Yes, right. The total is 466.
Yeah.
Right now, if the total is 466, then halfway is what? What's halfway?
Halfway be 233.
Okay, so total is when you add up these numbers, you get 466.
Yeah.
Let me just put here, go down to here. Okay, so total is 466. So midpoint or median would be within half of this, which is 233, right?
Yeah.
Now, if it's within 233, let's go back up here and add them up. Where would that 233 hit? Okay. Where would it hit, Vanessa? Here's the table. 233.
2, 3, 3.
Well, we know when we got here, we got 167, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So so 233 is gonna hit right
Followed by
within here, right?
49 and 40, 40.
49.
That's right. So it's gonna hit within this range.
Yes.
So that means the median is within this range,
Right.
40 to 49.
Yeah.
Go back here and put our 40 to 49.
You got all that right.
All right. So the median is, so the answer would be C.
3.
So you add up all the numbers, then you get half of it, and then you add up the numbers within those ranges. And where that 233 falls would be the range that has the median or midpoint, which is that 40 to 49.
Uh-huh.
Questions number 11. So number 1, add up all your numbers, you get 466. Take half of that 466, you get 233. Add up the numbers within the range, and we know where we got the 167, and then the next range would give us, would contain the 233. It goes above it, but you know it's within the 233.
Uh-huh.
Questions on number 11?
No.
Okay. So that was one. You could have used the table or you could have used the bar graph. They had the same thing. Maureen, number 12.
In the expression 2n plus 4, the coefficient of n is 4. False.
What's the coefficient of n?
Perfect. I don't
What's the-
this is the
what's-
coefficient of n is 4, right?
Yeah, but what is the coefficient of n in this expression?
It's 2.
It's 2, right? Because it's a number in front of the variable. So
Yeah.
the coefficient of n is 2, not 4. So the answer is false. So
False. Yeah,
answer
False.
B, right?
Yeah.
Answer B.
Mm.
Coefficient number in front of the variable. In this case, the number in front of the variable n is a 2, not a 4. So false.
Yeah.
Vanessa, number 13. Okay, let's go to number 13.
13.
Tell me 13. Read it. Tell me what is the answer.
Twice a number is greater than 15. So that's twice a number is greater than 15. I see, yeah, 15.
So it can be written as 2n greater than or equal to 15. Is that true or false?
Twice a number is greater than 15.
Twice means you're multiplying it by 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Number here is represented by n. Is that
N.
statement true or false?
It's true.
2n greater than or equal to 15 is twice a
False.
number greater than 15?
false.
No, it's false. That's false.
Right, because
That
it
there
says,
is false.
right, because it says greater than or equal, and greater than is just this symbol, right? So the answer is false.
False.
And the reason it's false is because it has the greater than or equal, and it
Equal,
should just be
yeah.
greater
Greater
than,
than.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 13 is false. Maureen, simplify.
I had get this here wrong because I figured out different. Then you send me the answer. Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
what,
so how would you simplify it?
how I had go ahead, I said 2x to the power 2 is 4, right? And then said 10x to the power 2 is 100, right? So I got 4 from the 100, I get 96, and then add the 90. So I had to get it like 105 different brown.
Yeah, because to simplify means just combine the like terms. So a 2x squared and a minus 10x squared will give you what?
A minus x squared.
That's right. You get a minus. Let's just put that here. So that would be a minus 8x squared. Okay. Minus 8. Because you combine the x squares, a 2x squared and a minus 10, subtract the sign of negative because you have more negative and positive. So it'll be minus x squared, and you only had x appear in one place, right? So that would just be, all right. So that would just be plus 9x. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Combine the like terms, and you only had the x squares as like terms. So 2 from 10 is 8, negative because you're subtracting different signs, or you have more negative than positive, so the answer will be negative. And then 9x didn't have anything to combine with it, so it just be 9x. So that's your answer, minus 8x squared plus 9x. Questions? Questions on number 14. Okay. All right. Let's go to number 15. Okay, Vanessa, read 15. Tell me how you would solve it.
Tickets to a movie cost $5 for adults and $3 for students. A group of friends purchased 18 tickets for $82. How many adults tickets did they buy? Okay. Tickets to the movie cost $5. Right. $5 for adults and $3 for students. A group of students purchased 18 tickets. How did you do it?
How would you set it up? Okay, so you know what you're given. You're given the cost of adults and the cost of students, and you're given how many tickets they bought and what they cost. So here we go. So you know this. Now there are 2 equations you can set up. What are the 2 equations?
Inequality.
Yeah, you can set up two equations. Let's just find some variables here. Let A equal adults.
Mhm. And S
And
equals
right,
students,
S equals students.
students.
Okay, so what equations you can set up now?
Um, can you set up an inequality?
No, you can set up equalities.
Equality.
Set up equals here.
Equalities.
So if they bought 18 tickets,
Mhm.
what can we do? What can we say about A and S? What can we write as an equation with A and S with 18 tickets sold? What can we say?
Or you can say A is equal to, because we already know is adult, A equal to $5 each.
Well, no, they purchase adult and children tickets. So we can
Okay.
say A plus
Plus
S
S
equal
equal 18.
18. That's right.
Okay.
All right. Because we know they only sold two types of tickets, adults and students. So the number of adult tickets plus the number of student tickets is equal 18. Now we know the cost of the ticket. So what can we say with our cost?
The cost for the tickets was $82.
Yeah, the cost of all the tickets is $82, but
Mhm.
$5 for the adults and $3 for the students. So we can say, let me just copy this. So $5, we can put the 5 here because $5 for the adults, $3 for the students. And that sold for $82. So we can put 82. So $5 for the adult tickets plus $3 for the student tickets. And that total adds up to 82. So what can we do with these equations to solve for one of the unknowns?
Okay, so let's use a student first. So you minus three S on both sides, 3 on both sides.
No, there's something we need to do before that. Remember, we're trying to get it to one unknown. So if A plus S is equal to 18, then S, what is S equal to? 18 minus
3
A. No,
A.
18 minus A. We
Okay.
just took this equation and solved for S.
Okay.
Subtract A from both sides. So S equal 18 minus A. Now, Vanessa, what can we do with this S equation? Since we know S is 18 minus A, what can we do with that equation? So we have one unknown.
S student. Therefore, if you have S equal to 18 minus A, therefore you can have A equal to 18 minus S.
Well, if S is 18 minus A, can I substitute this? Substitute this equation into okay, so we can take this S and substitute it here, right?
Okay.
And then we'll just have A unknown. So let me just copy this. Okay, so now we're gonna put for S, let's just put in for S, 18 minus A.
Mhm.
Now we just have one unknown. Now, multiply that out. Tell me what do you get, Vanessa?
Okay.
I'll just copy this and you tell me what I have.
Okay,
3 times 18 is what?
5,
318.
What's 3 times 18?
54.
Okay, so 54. And what's 3 times? Let's take the 3 out. So that's a 54.
313.
Okay. And what's 3 times a minus A?
3 times a minus 8 would be,
3 times a minus A. What would that be?
it would be minus 3.
Yeah, minus 3A, right?
3 minus 3a.
Minus 3A. Okay. Now, okay, so we just really did our PEMDAS. We did our parentheses, right?
Yeah.
Now, what would I do next, Vanessa?
Oh. So you I'm trying to get my grades together. Okay. So therefore, because you have A on both sides, so 5.
Can I just combine those like terms?
Yeah,
Combine those. Hey, what's up?
combine, yes, you combine
Okay.
the like terms.
So what would that give me?
Okay, because, okay, you would have just 2A.
2A, that's right. Very
2A.
good. 5A minus 3A is 2A. So I
A
have
plus
2A
54
plus 54
equal 82.
equal 82. What would I do next?
Okay, we will now divide. No,
No, you got
so
some
we
constants
no, we
there.
don't
What would
have
I
to
do?
divide yet. So therefore we find the difference. We minus, right?
That's it. You subtract the 54.
4 on both sides.
Subtract 54 from both sides. Okay. And that would give you what?
554 from both sides.
Okay. So that would be minus 54.
So you get 28.
Okay, very good. Minus 54 on the right. And a plus 54 and a minus 54 gives you 0, right?
0, yes.
So you'll have 2A.
2A,
And what would 2A be equal to?
2A.
And you said 54 from 82 gives you what?
28.
That's right, 28. So you know the answer now. So
So
what is
there-
A equal to?
A equal to 14,
That's right, A is equal to 14.
because you divide
That's it. You divide the 28 by
by
2.
2.
A is equal to 14, and that's your
14.
answer. Because it says how many adult tickets did they buy? 14. And A is 14. So 14, the number. Let's put that here. Number of adult tickets. So how many student tickets did he purchase? Did the friends purchase? How many students?
4.
That's right, because
4.
18 total tickets,
Mhm.
adult tickets, 14 from 18. That means 4 student tickets
Yes.
were purchased, right? Does that add up to 82? 5 times 14 is what?
5 times 14.
What's 5 times 14?
70.
And then 3 times 4 is what?
12.
And 70 plus 12.
82.
So we know it's right? We can always check it. And we get the total for 82. So first thing you did was set up your equations. They said you sold 18 tickets. So total adult tickets plus student tickets, 18. Solve this for just students. 18 minus A, and then you can substitute that in for the S and you have one unknown, that's A.
Yes.
18 minus A, combine like terms, and you get the A value equal 14. And that's your answer.
Ms. Barbara, give me a minute, please. I'm
Okay.
stepping away from the
Okay.
computer.
Maureen, any questions? Maureen, you had that one right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that one correct. Very good. All right. That was number 15. Okay, now we go to the extra credit. Extra credit. Maureen, did you get that one right?
I did send it in because this is what I did. I do it, right? I add the 12 and the 10, I know it was 22. But I know it was H, which is hours. But I couldn't concentrate when the quality signs was serious. I was saying, like, what is the quality? So that way they said you just had 8 and I had equal 22. But I said, you know what, equal is not a quality, but I couldn't figure out what is the position, Miss Barbara, so they sent it to you.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So
So let me say it back
Erica,
to me.
okay, at least 12 hours
Uh,
and 10 more hours than what she's tutoring. So that means she has to study 12 plus
yeah.
10 equal 22. So the minimum hours Erica must study, that's 22 hours
Uh-huh.
is minimum hours
Mhm.
Erica must study. Yeah, the minimum hours Erica must study is 22 because it says at least 12,
Uh,
okay, and 10 more hours than what she's tutoring. So that's why
uh,
you have,
10 more,
that's
yeah.
why you added it, all
Yeah.
right? Because it says 12 hours and 10 more. So 12 and 10 is 22 hours. That's the minimum hours. So the inequality, and we can use H for hours.
Yeah, I had 8 hours and 22, but I can't figure out what to put in front of the 8, so I just sent it.
Oh, so the H has to be greater than
Right.
or equal.
So then after I tell you I could send it, then I went back into one of my books that I had, you know how you send it, like grades and least and less and things. And then I realized it, so I said, well, I'm gonna send it like that as it is. Yeah.
Yeah, this H has to be greater than, let me go back up here and find the
Yeah. That was my problem.
okay. I got a greater than or equal. I just went past it. Okay.
So they got 17, but those are necessary.
Okay, greater than or equal. Here we go. And we can put that there. Let's go back to our problem. And we put our inequality has to be greater than or equal to that total 22.
Mhm.
So H greater than or equal, let's put that there, 22. That's the inequality. Because it says at least means greater than or equal, right? That's why we have greater than or equal. 10 more hours added to 12 gives 22. So the minimum hours she must study is 22. And then the inequality is number of hours greater than or equal 22. Okay, so that's the answer. There were two parts. You had to write the minimum hours, which is 22, the sum total of what she tutors, and the additional hours she must study. And that's the 22. Then the inequality is the total number of hours has to be greater than or equal 22. All right. Questions?
Nah.
All right. Now, you had 17? Did you get, well, I know you had part of this one right. You just didn't have the inequality. You had the 22 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the 17. Did you solve that one, Maureen? 17?
Yeah, I get answer C, but I don't know how to think. I don't know how to get it out. I guess I don't know. Cause it was a bit confusing, like the length of the rectangle is 3 meters greater than 2 times the width.
Okay.
I guess,
Now,
yeah.
well, what is perimeter equal to, Maureen?
A perimeter is
Wait, just a minute. Let's go back, but because Vanessa is back.
okay.
Okay.
Go back to
Now, all right, Maureen, explain to Vanessa number 16. Well, let's see.
okay.
Where were we you left, Vanessa? I think we had, did we do 15?
Yeah, we did 15.
Okay, so, all right, Maureen, explain number 16 to Vanessa.
Okay, this is how I did it. Erica must student at least 12 hours per week to be eligible for her work study program at her university. She must also study 10 more hours than what she is tutoring, so she can keep up her grades in the program. Right and equality, which is the minimum number of hours Erica must study to be eligible for her work study program. So I add 12 to 10 and I get like 22. So then I put H, which is
Wait,
hours.
okay, let's stop right there. Now,
Okay.
Vanessa, do you know why she added 12 and 10?
Yes, I said Erica tutor because she had already studied at least 12 hours per week. They said for her to be eligible for her work study program, she must study an extra 10 hours more.
That's right.
Yeah.
And at least means greater than or equal, right?
Yes.
So 12 hours plus an additional 10 study hours. So she's tutoring 12 and she must study for 10 more hours. And that's how Maureen got the 22. Now, Maureen, keep going for the inequality.
But the inequality, I knew I had to write the word H, which is hours. But I couldn't figure out what was an equality. So then I just put H, leave a little space, and put 22. But I didn't send it to Miss Barbara. But then when I checked back in one of my books, I was reading what she said about these things. So I wrote it on the other book. And then I realized it was like greater than 22.
Mhm.
Yeah, greater than or equal.
Yeah, equal. But at that time I couldn't figure out that.
Yeah, because the key was when it says she must tutor at least 12. At least means greater than or equal, right?
Yes.
So the inequality would be number of hours H greater than or equal 22. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So number 17. And we were going to number 17. All right, Vanessa. So, all right, Maureen, Vanessa's going to do 17.
Okay.
Okay. The length of a rectangle is 3 meters greater than 2 times the width. The perimeter of a rectangle is 30 meters. What is the length of the rectangle? Let's see to this draw.
Now, what is perimeter equal to, Vanessa? Perimeter equal what for a rectangle?
Perimeter equal. Is it length times width?
That's area.
Oh, therefore it's length plus width.
Two lengths
Two lengths.
Oh yeah, two lengths, two widths.
plus two widths, right?
Oh, yes.
Because remember, rectangle has length and width. It's four sides. So
So you
perimeter
said-
is two lengths plus two widths.
Okay, let me write it here. So perimeter equal to two length plus two width, right?
That's right.
Two width. Yes.
Okay, so length is 3 meters greater than 2 times the width.
Mhm.
What would you write? How would you translate this to the math? Okay, so I'll put here
So the length is
length equal, what is length equal to, Vanessa?
Length of rectangle is,
And I'll change this to L so it won't look like
okay,
a 1, and I'll make this a capital.
L equal to,
So what translate length is equal 3 meters greater than 2 times the width. How would you write that?
this,
the good one.
3 meters. So if the length.
Greater than means adding.
Yes.
2 times means multiplying. So what would I write here, Vanessa? Length equal what?
He said length, the length of is, he said is
The equal.
equal, right?
So how would I write 3 meters greater than 2 times the width?
3 meters greater than- Just this. 3 meters. So we have, do I have to multiply 3 meters?
Well, the 3 meters greater than means you're adding the 3 meters. The 2 times the width means you multiplying the 2 times the width, right?
Okay, so if I'm adding the meters, so I'm adding,
You adding 3 meters to 2 times the width. How would I write that
2 times.
in math?
Okay.
First, how would I write 2 times the width?
2 times. 2 times is, let's say it's 2n. Okay, times means to multiply.
Right? So how would I write 2 times the width? It's be
Okay.
2W, right?
Okay.
2 times the width, and then how would I write 3 meters greater? How would I add the 3?
So you do plus,
That's right. Plus what?
plus
Plus,
3m.
no, just plus 3. We won't
Plus
put
three.
the
Okay.
units here. So length is 3 meters greater than 2 times the width. All right.
Mhm.
So that's the length. 2 times the W, that's the width, plus 3.
Mhm.
All right. Now, let's substitute in this equation what length is, right? Let's just put it here. So for L, we're gonna substitute 2W plus 3. So let's put 2W plus 3. So we substituted in for L 2W plus 3. Now we have perimeter equals 2 times L, which is 2W plus 3 plus 2W. Okay, Vanessa, now multiply that out. Tell me what you get.
2 twos is 4W
Okay, 4W,
plus
okay,
2 threes is 6.
plus 6, right?
Okay, plus
Plus
2W.
2W. Very good. Okay, combine like terms, and what do you get?
Okay, 2W gets 6W
E equals
equal to 6W
6W,
plus
okay, plus
6.
6. Now, what was the parameter? They gave us the parameter. So what's the parameter?
30 meters.
Okay, so let's just take this and put our 30 here.
Uh-huh.
Right there. And
Put the 30 in for the parameter.
Mhm.
So this will be 30, substituting for the parameter 30.
Mhm.
Now, what do I do next, Vanessa?
2W plus 3 plus
So what do I do? I want to solve for W. What do I do first?
So for W,
What's the next step?
we want to solve for W. So it's either you bring 30 across and you change the sign, or 6 across and you change the sign, either.
So what do you do?
So I prefer to use 30. So 30 on both sides.
No,
All right.
I get the 6 on the other side.
6 on the other side.
Okay, yes, subtract 6.
Mhm.
Subtract
6.
6 from both sides.
Yes.
And that will give you what?
Okay. So therefore you have 24.
Okay. So yes, subtract 6 from both sides. So you have 24 equals what?
Equal.
Well, 6 minus 6, 0, right? So that would
Yes.
just be 6W. So what is W equal to?
6 into 24. How many times 6? 6, 6, 36, 6, 5. 6 what gives you 24.
So what is W equal to?
20. Well, therefore, we have to divide now.
Yes. So what
Yeah,
is,
so I'm trying to say 6, 1, 6, 6, 2, 5, 6, 3 is 18. 6 fours.
so divide 24 by 6, right?
Yes, so you get 4. W equal to 4.
W equals 4. Okay, so what is the length?
So therefore, the length is 4.
The width is 4.
The width,
So what is the length?
what is the length?
Take this equation, put the value of W in there and solve for the length. What do you get?
So you put that there.
Because W is 4, right?
Mhm.
So we're going to put the 4 here. Substitute for W 4.
Okay,
And the perimeter was 30.
okay.
So what's the answer?
So you have to, so you, 2 fours are 8.
That's right. So this will be 8. Okay, so that would be 8. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. And then what do you do next?
You we subtract on 8 from both sides.
That's it. Excellent. Subtract 8 from both sides. Okay. And let's just do that.
So therefore you get 22. So therefore L is equal to 11.
That's it. Very good. So we subtract that. So we'll have 22 equal to L. L equals 11. So that's your answer. And what is the length? Your length is 11.
11.
Any questions?
No, Miss Barbara.
Now remember, this all started from the definition of perimeter for rectangle. 2 lengths plus 2 widths. And length is 3 meters greater than 2 times the width. That's what this is. Length equals 3 meters greater. That's add 3 to 2 times the width. Substitute this 2 width plus 3 in for L. Now you just have W. Simplify this. 4W plus 6. Combine the like terms and solve for W. And W we came up with what? 4. Now, if we know W, we can find L because we know the perimeter is 30. So putting in the 4 for the W, get 8. Subtract the 8 from the 30, we get 22. 22 divided by 2 gives us 11. The length is 11. Any questions? Okay, so that was the end of that worksheet. Now, I don't know when the fall term will start. Ms. Beckles is supposed to let me know. But meanwhile, I'll probably send, I want to start on functions next. All right, but until I get the startup date for the fall session, I think what I'll do is just send you another worksheet. Okay, so it'll be worksheet number 13.
Okay.
So I'll send you another worksheet. When we start back up again, we'll be starting on functions.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll send you this session. I'll be uploading the session to YouTube if you want to look at it on YouTube. And some of you who miss, and Michelle that didn't had to leave, she can go to YouTube and finish this up. Alma, who was out today, she can go to YouTube.
Okay.
Chastity is out of the country, so she couldn't get in, but she can go to the YouTube to look at it later. Okay. So here's the status. I'll be sending you a worksheet number 13. And when I get the date, we're starting back up for September, hopefully September, I will send you that date. Any questions on anything?
No.
No, Miss
Okay,
Barbara.
so we're gonna end here. So I will email you this session. I will load it to YouTube, and I will send you 13, if probably not today, but at least by Wednesday. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So long, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Barbara. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Marian. Thank you.
All right. Have a pleasant evening.